In order to get started using AutoCAD, what you need to do first is go ahead and set up your drawing. So what I want you to do is go around. There's, I've already gone ahead and removed them on mine, but there's a bunch of windows that pop up, a bunch of extras, right? They kind of cloud this whole space in here. And it's things like, these side menus or these property menus kind of pop up all around the screen. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pull one up real quick. So things like this that are all over the screen, what we want to go ahead and do is we want to go ahead and close those out. Just go ahead and X everything out. The next step, if you look at your instructions, is that it actually wants you to, go ahead and open up the file that we're going to be working in. So what I want you to do is, again, I just went ahead and went up here and hit the folder button. It says open. I then went ahead and navigated to my H drive, where I've gone ahead and downloaded the files we needed for today. And remember, this is a zipped folder, and so you're going to want to go ahead and extract that information do the extract all procedure on that before you move forward. So mine's hiding here underneath AutoCAD. I saved it in a Spring 2015 folder just so I can have a clean drawing to work from. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Don't worry about that message just popped up. Just go ahead and hit close. It doesn't matter that this was saved in an earlier version. And so what we've got here is the beginnings of a drawing. And so we've got a public roadway. Actually, we've got two. The green line that I'm kind of hovering over here is the center line on that road. We've got another center line here on an entrance into a parking lot. The blue space will be the area where we're going to be drawing the parking lot. It's a 3-story building and a sidewalk that connects the two. And so what we're going to be creating is that we're going to be going through and using a bunch of the different tools that are available to us in AutoCAD to develop a parking lot drawing. That's about as, it's not intended to be all that complicated, but this is just some of the basics of site design using AutoCAD. In order to get started, there's a couple other things we need to do. First off, the command line down here at the bottom is a really important part of AutoCAD. And so I want you to come down here, and like it says in the instructions, I want you to type in the word units. And when units comes up, I want you to make sure that it matches. And so we want to make sure that our drawing units that we're drawing in feet and inches, that we have it set up for engineering, that our precision is set just like it is in the handout, that your angles are using decimal degrees, and that their precision is set up here. And as long as yours matches this, you should be okay to move on. The other thing about the command line is we can actually type in lots of different commands. So if I want to draw a line, I type in the word line, and then I can draw a line. But AutoCAD also has other ways of drawing a line. They're hiding up here at the top. And so you see that there's a line tool there, and I can go ahead and draw off of that line. At any point in time, if I want to stop drawing, I can hit the escape key. And then if I don't want any of those there, I can either go to the bottom and I can type in the word erase, and I could go through and I can click on the pieces of the line that I want to erase. Maybe it's these pieces. And when I'm done, I can go ahead and hit the enter bar. One of the things that I suggest doing is that, you can certainly also find the erase tool up here at the top. It says erase up here at the top, and I can do the same thing where I can go through and click on this. But if I ignored the command line down here at the bottom, I can see that erase, it says select objects. And so when I'm done with that, I go ahead and hit the space bar, and it goes through with the command. There's a number of different AutoCAD commands that are going to require you to look at the instructions on that command line. So this space down here, right, it becomes really important. And so it's for simple things. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and do an erase and erase that line I just drew. But if I want a circle, so I can start by typing circle, I need to know what's down here at the bottom. And so for instance, it says circle. You need to specify the center point. So if I want my center point of that circle to be right here in the middle of the road, I can go ahead and drag my circle out. Well, but there's two different options. Either I can specify the radius, or I can type in the letter D, because it says diameter, and hit spacebar, and now it tells me what's the diameter that I want. Well, maybe I want a 70-foot circle. Well, because we're working in feet and inches, I need to tell it it's 70 feet, 0 inches is how I need to type that in. And what you'll see is a 70-foot circle based on the center point there. And again, working back and forth, I can also go up here to the top, and I could grab the circle menu, or the circle tool, pull that out, and I could tell it I want a 12-foot circle, and it would give me that as well. Now, again, feet and inches, so if I want to draw another circle, I can grab that again, go to my center point. Maybe I want 22 feet 6 inches. That's how I would type that in. Again, I actually don't need these circles, and so I'm going to go ahead and erase them real quick. I want you, before you go any further, I want you to stop here and play around with drawing some basic shapes and erasing them before we move on to the next step.